What happens when you're pulled over for a DUI? Well, I'm Adam Rossen with the Rossen Law Firm, and in this video, we're going to talk all about it. Normally, when you get pulled over, even if it's late night, it's not going to be specifically for a DUI. The police officer may think there's, alcohol or drugs involved, but it's going to be for a traffic infraction. It could be for speeding, weaving, drifting, it could be a car crash, really anything that happens at any time, right? 8 a.m., 2 p.m., or 2 a.m. And then when the officer starts talking to you, they're going to maybe smell alcohol, see slurred speech, smell marijuana, right? Different things, what they call signs of impairment. And people will often say, but officer, I only had 2 beers, I'm not drunk. When they're asked, hey, have you been drinking or are you drunk? Because most people think DUI is drunk driving. It's not. DUI is driving under the influence. Now, under the influence of what? Not being tired, right? Not being scared, but under the influence of alcohol, chemical or controlled substances. So alcohol is most common. It could be illegal drugs, but it also could be prescription medication. And the way that the officers are trained is that the threshold or the standard is not drunk or high or whatever you want to call it. It's, are you impaired? I always say it's kind of like being pregnant, right? There's no such thing as being a little bit pregnant. You either are or you're not. There's no, well, today I'm heavily pregnant. Tomorrow I'm slightly pregnant. No, it's just a yes or a no. That's it. And that's the exact way that these police officers are trained. So when you say these things to them, you're not helping your case, you're hurting your case, okay? But it's really important to understand that tipsy, technically according to the law, is impairment. The law defines impairment as a diminishment of your normal faculties in any material respect. Now, let's take that though, and let's still hold the prosecutors and the police accountable, because they have to determine what your normal faculties are, or my normal faculties, not an average person's normal faculties, not this make-believe, quote-unquote, normal person's faculties. What are your normal faculties? And the cops never do it. What they do is they go from A to Z as quickly as they can, which of course is a straight line. And they're not going to try to get to know you. They're not going to go through in great detail your medical history, to find out if you had any serious knee, back, or ankle injuries. They may ask a basic question or two like, hey man, can you walk a straight line? Do you have any, physical disabilities, right? Well, having a knee injury is completely different than having a physical disability. And the cops aren't there to really get the truth. They're there to make an arrest and get you off the roadway. So these are all the things that are going to happen when you get pulled over for a DUI. They're going to ask you to do these exercises. You're either going to do them and then most likely 99% get arrested, or you're going to refuse, and then you're 100% going to get arrested for DUI, right? But understand, if you refuse, there's not going to be a video of you, falling over, stepping wrong, misspeaking words, different things like that. And I have other videos on those topics of should you or should you not do the field sobriety exercises, those tests that they have you do on the roadside. So whether you do them or whether you don't, guess what? You're getting arrested. Now is when the breath test comes into play.